Hey everyone, welcome back for another video. My name is Tanya for those of you that are new here, and I'm a watercolor and acrylic artist. So Halloween is around the corner and I wanted to do a really fun little ghost painting for you in acrylic. So I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so to get started, I have my canvas. It's a 4x4 canvas and it's about 1.5 inches thick, and I really like these canvases because you could just put it on a shelf and you don't even have to hang it. So these are really, really nice. I've got my Liquitex acrylics. I'm using phthalo green, cad red light, cad yellow medium, black, ultramarine blue, deep violet, titanium white, and then I'm also using a transparent white also. So I'll show you how to use it. We're actually gonna be using that one the most. All right, so to get started, I am going to paint my background first, and I want to kind of do a darker background because I know that my ghost is going to be lighter and I want it to pop out from the background. So I'm just going to be choosing some darker colors. So I'm going to mix a little bit of my deep violet and my ultramarine blue. That's a nice deep purple color. And I'm going to start painting my background. I'm going to add a little bit of black in there. I put a little bit too much water on my brush, which is okay because I'm going to be going over this again, but it is kind of diluting my paint on my canvas. So I probably shouldn't have had as much water on my brush. And I just want to mix the colors around. I don't really want a solid background. I want it very textured. I'm going to add a little bit more of that. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit of white to this. Just kind of a smoky look. All right. And you can paint your sides too. I'm not going to waste time painting the sides on the video, but I will go back and paint the sides later. I really like that texture I'm getting in here. I'm going to add a little more white. Make it a little bit more smoky. Now, if you want a smooth background, you would just go over it with nice even strokes like this, like that. And that's really nice too, but I think I want my background to be a little bit more textured. So I'm just going to be adding some texture to it. There, that's really pretty. And a little bit more blue over here. All right, I really like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and dry this, and then we are gonna start putting in a little bit of detail in our background. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, and I think I'm just gonna do like little, I don't know, little flowers or something in the background, maybe even little stars. I'm just gonna take my small brush. This is a number 2, and it's a filbert. And I'm gonna mix a little bit of my yellow and my orange together. Add a little bit of white. Maybe a little more yellow. Okay, so I'm getting this light orangey color here. And I just want to put in some little flowers here and there. And they're not going to be anything that's just too detailed. It is just the background. So I'm just going to be putting in like these little marks here, going around like a generic little flower. I'm just kind of going like 1 petal, 2 petal, 3 petal, 4 petal, 5. And just put them a little bit sprinkled everywhere. Now you want the ghost obviously to be see-through, so you want to get a lot of the flowers even in this area too where you're going to put your ghost, because you want your ghost to look like it's transparent, that you can see through it. So get a good amount of these little, and you can use any color you want. I just chose orange because it's Halloween. And we can come back, let that dry, come back and do another little coat if you want. And actually, I'm just gonna pop it out with a little bit more of my Cad Red. Just add a little bit more detail. And you can even add just a couple little dots here and there too. Like I said, the more that you have on the background, the better, because it'll just show the ghost a little bit better on the canvas. And just have fun with it. You could do swirls, you could do circles, you could do stars, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit of green in there. Wash off my brush. I've got my phthalo green. And I want a little bit of white in there just so it pops out a little bit, because the background is so dark that if I just use the green without a little bit of white, you wouldn't really see it. And I'm gonna put a little bit of greenery in there. And I'm just doing kind of like little leaves. I'm just going, it's really small, so you can't probably really even see it, but I'm just doing like one little C curve and then the other little C curve. And I'm just gonna go around and put little leaves around my flowers. And again, the ghost is the main focal point of the painting. This is just a background. You don't have to get too detailed with it. You just want it to kind of be there. That looks good. All right. I don't think I want much more detail than that. Because if you're going to do the background, do it now before you do your ghost, because it's a little bit harder to go back and put in detail when your ghost is already painted on there. So definitely make sure you're happy with your background before you start your ghost. And I think I am. I might want to add just a little bit more yellow to some of these flowers, just to pop them out just a little bit more. Maybe not all of them, maybe just some of them. Add a little bit more yellow. There. I think that's good enough. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to start putting on our ghost. Okay, so to make our ghost here, you don't have to draw anything out if you don't want to, but I'm going to do it just to show you guys. I'm using either chalk or white pencil. You could even use white pencil that's watercolor. So anything that'll just kind of disappear into your painting. And chalk, it just kind of dissolves and you don't really see it. So I'm just using regular white chalk. I'm going to go ahead and just pencil in, or chalk in, I should say, where I want my ghost. And you can make your ghost doing anything you want. Let's see, it could just be facing towards you. It could be reaching up towards something. Let's just make him maybe reaching up towards something just to give him a little bit more interest. And you want it to be very drapey, so, you know, because it's like the cloth. So you want it to look like it's got ruffles and a lot of texture, very organic. Okay, and you can make him as big as you want. I think this is about as big as I want to make him. All right, so I'm gonna start filling him in. I'm gonna take my, what size is this? 8. I'm gonna take my 8 filbert brush, and I'm gonna take some of my translucent paint. So it's a white, but it's translucent. And I'm just gonna start going around. See how you can still see through it? It gives it that smoky look, but you can still see through it. And I'm gonna go around my little ghost and fill him in. It's okay if you go on your chalk. And if you don't go on all your chalk, it's fine. You could just wipe it away later. This is just a really easy little painting to do, even with your kids. It's just fun. All right, and you can make him as translucent as you want. And if you feel like it's just a little bit too, if you feel that it's a little bit too opaque, just take your paper towel and just kind of rub and take some of that paint off. And there, now he's a little bit more see-through. You can see those flowers underneath. Look how pretty that is. It's looking pretty cool. All right, and now we're gonna start making our folds. So I would assume that there's a fold here, and I would assume there's another fold here. And you can start changing the shape of your little ghost too. You don't have to keep it like this. And I'm really just going around my edges a little bit more with a little bit more of that translucent white. And maybe the edges are a little bit, you know, where the fabric just kind of comes together, it just looks a little bit more opaque. There's not as, it's not as see-through. Where the fabric comes together, it's a little bit whiter, crisper. So that's probably down towards the end and any folds that there are. And probably like the little head area. I would say the little head area and the little arm, it's probably just a little bit more white. I'm just using a little bit of water on my brush. I think I want to make him a little bit taller, so I'm going to go ahead. Just make him a little taller. And just gently put it on, just go in layers. You don't want to start out too, too white, because then it's a little bit harder to take it away. Because once you go over your background and you don't see it anymore, it's really hard to go back. It's almost like dealing with watercolors. I teach watercolors on this channel as well. So if you followed some of my watercolor tutorials, you'll know that you have to just kind of go on in little layers. You don't want to just put it on right away, nice and dark. So doing this little ghost is almost the same idea, because you want him to be translucent. You can add, I'm just adding a little bit more water. I just wet my brush and I'm just pushing around that paint a little bit. I didn't add any more paint to my brush. I'm just pushing around what's already on there until you get a look that you like. There. So he's nice and see-through. All right, very good. I'm gonna go ahead and dry this and I'm gonna give it another little layer. I'm just gonna go on and put a little bit more white where I feel that it needs to be a little bit whiter, more opaque. Like I said before, maybe where like the end where all the fabric is bunching up together, you want it to be a little bit whiter. Or any folds. I'm gonna make his head just a little bit brighter, especially because we're going to put on some little eyes and stuff. So you want it to be a little bit whiter up in the head area anyway, so you could see the eyes when you do put them on. Otherwise, against your dark background, you might not see the eyes as much. I think I'm gonna make him just a little bit longer. I just want to make him a little bigger. And just kind of flick your brush as you're going up, just kind of flick it like that. That way it kind of feathers into the rest of the ghost. I'm going to get a little bit more water on my brush just to blend it in a little bit more up here. All right. I am going to just take my brush with just some water. I'm losing some of those flowers in this area, so I'm just going to take some water and just make those little flowers that are underneath the ghost reappear, just so you see them a little bit more. And I don't think I had one. Well, maybe. Let's see. And you can take your paper towel again and just kind of dab it off. That way you see the flower underneath again, if you feel like you covered it up a little bit too much. Super cute. All right. So now we're going to add some little eyes, and I'm going to take my black and actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and dry his head really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my black and my small brush, and I'm just going to give him little eyes, almost like little teardrop eyes. And I'm going to do it on the side because he's obviously looking this way. If your little ghost was looking straight at you, the eyes would be right in front. But I'm going to do the eyes right on the side here. If you want to go ahead and put a little nose or something, you can, but I'm just going to put eyes. I think it's cute with just a little bit of eyes that are just like little teardrops. Oh, is that cute? All right, I'm going to put like he is trying to get a little spider because his little hand is up. But I'm going to use my Posca markers for this. If you have Posca markers, you can go ahead and use it. If you don't, there's many different brands out there. It's just like an acrylic in a little bottle here. It's like a little marker. And you can get really fine lines with these. I'm going to use a black one and a white one. And you could do this with just regular brush and paint as well. But I'm going to do a little black line coming down and a little spider, just like that. So I just did a little line coming down with some legs. And I'm going to go over it with white. All right, so cute. You can go ahead and add a little bit of, and you know what? I might actually do that. I've got some glitter acrylic paint, and I think I'm gonna just maybe glitter parts of my ghost. Let me go find my glitter. Okay, so I have some of this, it's just see-through. It's just like little sparkles, And I'm gonna dip my, what brush do I want? Maybe my size 6. And I'm just gonna, it's just kind of like glitter paint, but it's really like glue almost. It's very gluey. So maybe you don't want to use your good brushes for this. Use like a brush that you don't really care about, or just clean your brush right away. Really, really good. I'm gonna put a little bit of sparkle at the bottom. And I don't know if you could even see this on video, but it's looking really pretty. I'm gonna go up the folds with a little bit of sparkle. And I don't want too much, but just a little bit here and there. Maybe a little on his head, a little on his hand. A little sparkle. Oh, is that cute? I don't even know if you can see that. I hope you can. That's really, really pretty. There, so that's an easy little Halloween painting. Thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you liked it and learned a little something. And if you did like it, please give me a thumbs up, and you can make a comment in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe if you want more videos like this one. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Have a great day. Bye.